First of all, the One Purpose Weekend card is new and improved from last week. So even as we go, maybe Pastor Paul, if you had some of the greeters out there that could give everybody a new card, because what's new about this one is that if you haven't signed up online, or if signing up online is not your deal, then you can also sign up with this. So you can just put down, because the main thing for sign up that we really need to know are the meals. So if you can, if you want to use this to sign up, you can put your name on here, how many are with you, and you can check down here. It's kind of in the small print, but you can make it out which, if you're going to be here for the Thursday or the Friday evening or the Saturday picnic, please check that, and that will really help us. You can also see all the workshops, and if you would like to sign up for one of those, feel free to do that, and you can do that with this card too. The main thing, though, is the meals. That way we know how many to plan for those. One Purpose Weekend, if you're new to our church, this is a great way for you to discover our church. You'll probably find out more in one weekend of our church than you would attending for several months, to get just a heart for what we believe God's called us to. Our one purpose here, which is to know and to make known the supremacy of Jesus Christ. And we have a time of that Friday night, a time of worship. One of our favorite speakers will be here, Ken Rudolph. Our teenagers all know about Ken. He speaks up at Lake Ann Camp. We have him here several times. We support him as one of our missionaries. And it's always a blessing when Ken opens the Word and preaches. Austin's friend Alex Trigstad, something like that. What is it, Austin?
Alex
Trigstad. He's going to be our musician for Friday and Saturday. He's going to lead us in worship. He's written a couple of different songs that we do on Sunday mornings. And Austin loves him. They're good buddies, and he's looking forward to him being here. So that Friday evening, we'll have a concert together, and then Ken is going to preach. Then Saturday, you can see the different workshops. There's 2 hours of workshops on Saturday morning. And then we have a family picnic, Saturday lunchtime. And then Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, we have the third hour of workshops. No worship service at 9 o'clock. And then there's one great worship service here for to kind of wrap up One Purpose Weekend here in the auditorium, 10:30. And that always is a great service. It kind of has the feel of Easter to it. And so we invite you to be part of things. If you're new, it's great. If you're one of our regulars, you'll be greatly blessed by it. And so we just invite everybody to take part in One Purpose Weekend. Now then, I need to also talk about this. The Sunday morning, One Purpose Weekend, that's September 18th. Immediately after the morning service, we'll dismiss just for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to have a meeting of the members because we have something important to vote on. As you know, we've been working over the last year on what we call Step 1 of the Building Transformation Project. And Step 1, the biggest part of it still is yet to be done, which is the remodeling of the foyer. I have those pictures for you again. I believe you can find these on the website too, but just so that you can see it again, this is what the foyer, Lord willing, will look like after our remodel is done with it. That's the angle. If you were to stand right at those doors in the back and look to the right, that's what you would have seen. If you look to the left where the stairs are, that's what you see there. And if you look straight ahead down like toward the hallway where the kids go, the E-Kids wing, that's what it will, Lord willing, look like. It's we decided to go with this upgraded foyer for a couple of different reasons. One, just because of the way it looks. It's going to look fantastic. But another big reason is that it will tie into Step 2 of the project, which that's going to be the biggest part of the transformation, and that's going to be a new commons area that will be on the north side of the church here. So in order for all of the aesthetics to go together and it to make sense, so instead of walking through new to old, it will seem as if it's all new. So this foyer remodel is by the same architect that's doing the plans for Step 2. And then the third thing is just it's going to really help with the flow. It kind of the way the bulkheads are done on the ceiling, matching the carpet on the floor, and the colorful signs and everything will just kind of give a flow to as you walk in, where you take your children, where the youth go, where things are are happening outside the auditorium. So for all those reasons, we think it's important that we go ahead and do this sort of upgraded remodel of the 100 or of the foyer area. Also, carpet for the chapel wing will be part of step one, and then acoustic tile for the auditorium we're looking at as step one as well. Now, on that morning, we'll have a prepared ballot. We'll pass it out. I don't look for the meeting to take long at all, but I do need this morning just to give you an idea of what we're going to be voting on. So let me give it to you this way. The congregation is to approve a recommendation from our trustees that we would invest $265,000 for the finishing of step one of the building transformation project. Again, that's that foyer as well as the carpet in the chapel, the acoustic tiles. And then there's one additional part that we want to do with part one. And if you've been following this over the last year, you know that there's times this has been in the project and out of the project and back in. The third step of the whole thing is to redo the auditorium and other parts of the existing building. So we had decided to put off the auditorium carpet until step three. In the meanwhile, don't look down, but the carpet is not good. And there's repairs that we have to do. It's not that this is not high quality duct tape that we have here in the front, but we are feeling now that we need to go back and we need to do the carpet in the auditorium, because it's probably, I don't know what, 5-7 years maybe before we're to that point in the remodel. And that's probably if things go well and as quickly as I'd like to see it. So it's going to be down the road. So with that in mind, what we're going to propose is that we take the fall offering this year, and we'll need about $45,000 to $50,000 to redo the carpet here in the auditorium. So that's going to be the second part of the vote for that morning. So the first part of it will be the foyer and the money that we need to finish that, and then the second part will be to designate the fall offering to redoing the flooring here. Now, when that time comes, here's another thing you can be thinking about. We're going to have to put some sweat equity into this, because when it comes to changing the carpet in the foyer, we're going to need a group to come and to 1 week move pews like to the other side, so that can be done there, and then move them back, and then move them, and there's going to be a lot of moving like that. So be thinking about that. Sometime, Lord willing, this coming spring, we hope to be able to get to that part of the project. Okay, Wednesdays at Emmanuel, you know that's starting this coming Wednesday. I'm not going to take any more time to talk about that. Let's worship as the worship team leads us out this morning. Thanks so much for your good attention, and be praying about all that's going on and what we'd like to see the Lord do here. Let's stand as we sing.